Dan, Robert, hey, congratulations for Significant Other that's coming out soon on Paramount Plus.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Yeah, it means a lot.
Fascinating story. I can't reveal too much, and I know you can't either, but tell us this, where the original idea came from for a film like this.
Sure. Yeah. So, we started from a kind of place of necessity because we started to write it in the summer of 2020. So right in the heart of that lockdown period of COVID. And, we didn't know what was about to happen to the film industry. Like all these movies were being shut down, movies that we had been trying to get going all of a sudden hit these huge roadblocks. We didn't know if we were going to get back to a traditional movie set anytime soon. And so it started from a place of, okay, how can we make the most COVID friendly movie possible? And so we were like, all right, well, what if the whole thing is outdoors? And what if there's like two actors in the movie? And so those are like the bare elements that we started with. And then as we started just kicking these ideas back and forth, and everything grew from there. We're like, okay, well, I guess maybe the two characters can be in a relationship with one another. And then, okay, so what kind of themes can be explored within that structure? And it kind of just grew from there. And our initial idea was to go and make this for no money, try to get Maika, who we worked with before, to just come and basically do us a favor, and we can all go out to the woods and shoot this movie on our iPhones together. But as the script kind of grew in complexity and scope, our agents sort of said to us, like, hey, this is actually a really good script. We should try to do this movie for real and try to see if we can find a studio to come on and help us out. And that wound up being the right advice. And, by the time we were shooting it, COVID was still there, but less of an issue. But yeah, it's just kind of funny, the snowballing game of telephone that a script can be.
And not to mention the setting for the Pacific Northwest. Nothing good ever happens deep in the forest.
Yeah, no, that is true.
Yeah. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest is, where we, as soon as we knew it was going to be in the woods, we're both from the East Coast. The woods there don't look as good as they do in the Pacific Northwest. And so as soon as we saw some photos of that, we were just like, that's where we have to go. And, thank God we did, because it's almost like cheating. It's just like pouring truffle sauce on a dish or something, where you're just out anywhere you point the camera in those woods, you're going to capture something beautiful.
One of the main things I want to address is Maika and Jake. They seem like on screen two opposite types of people. Could you guys tell us about that synergy and bringing those two together for a film like this?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the casting process. Well, like Bobby said, or I think he said in this interview, not another one. But we wrote the script for Maika, and so she was always like a sort of anchor point. And then it was a matter of finding a Harry that had the correct chemistry with her. And sometimes when you hear that term, two actors having or two characters having chemistry, it's like that just means they need to seem like they're lovey-dovey and perfect. That might be the case for like a rom-com or something, but we had very specific needs as far as what that chemistry would be. We wanted the audience to feel the sort of strange tension in this relationship, that perhaps these two people had divergent views on what their relationship should be or what it should be labeled as or anything, stuff like that. And of course, you understand 20 minutes into the movie what that main divergent issue is, but we wanted you to feel it the entire time. So, it was very, I guess, lucky when we found Jake and met with him and he was interested in the role because, where these two actors kind of are in their lives really inform the characters in exciting ways that we could have never really predicted. Jake he's a little older than Maika. He's married. He has two kids. He kind of is sort of living that that part of his life. And Maika's still in her 20s and she travels a lot and all these things, and she sort of more embodies that sort of free-spirited vibe that Ruth has in the film. So weirdly, they in real life, it was kind of perfect. Like we knew at the moment we sat down for the first dinner with them in Portland, and we all got there during prep. They got along really, really well, but we could tell there was just that slight distance that we wanted, and we were very, very excited by that point, and it really shows in every frame of the film. So yeah, that kind of anti-chemistry was the goal, and we're lucky that we achieved it.
Well said. Well said. Well, hey, thank you very much for this spoiler-free conversation. Viewers are just going to have to watch it themselves to find out what really happened.
That's right. Thanks, Gig.
Thanks a lot, Gig.